welcome back. For those who haven't watched before, I'm Charlotta and this is the School of Pattern Cutting, where we talk about anything vintage pattern cutting and drafting related, and sewing and fashion we love. If you aren't subscribed, please hit the button below and hit the little bell so you find out all the fantastic vintage pattern cutting stuff we look at. But in this video, for those who might have seen our video on a vintage 1940s draped heart dress we fell in love with, and you loved as well. And I'm actually going to make up the dress, but as it features a beautiful draped shawl collar neck, I thought I'd make this video especially on how, first of all, how you can use different fabrics for that sort of shawl neck. But then I'm also going to show you how to actually draft that shawl collar draped neck at the end of the video. With all the different steps. So let's have a look. First of all, that dress, as you might remember, has got a really deep V-neck, but then it's got that sort of draped shawl effect. So it doesn't go around the back like a normal shawl collar, it's just draped into the shoulder, so it creates the same look. So we already talked about how different fabrics affect drape, because we're having about 25 centimeters into 8 centimeters, so it's triple the amount. So I just thought I'd show you how a few different fabrics and how they drape differently. So first of all, I've got a sort of, it's actually a lining fabric, but it's sort of taffeta-like. And if you drape it, the drape becomes really, you sort of gather it into, as if I take a roughly 30 centimeters and I gather that into 8, you can see it's quite a big drape. It's quite luminous. It's quite 3D, which is nice. So I'm going to show you this side in the taffeta. So it's quite big, and but I think it's still quite flattering, because we were debating whether it's too thick. But then, for example, if you use something like this, which is a really thin, beautiful, it's not a full chiffon, but it's chiffon-like. I think it might be a silk. Is it a voile? So it's like a slightly thicker than a chiffon, but it has the same sort of beautiful drapiness, and it's got a fantastic blush pink. So this could be your Valentine's outfit for those of you who are on a Valentine's date. You could make that dress just in time, and then show me some pictures if you do. I was talking to a fellow vintage pattern cutting lover, Jess, and she commented on the last video how she thinks it's perfect for a Valentine's dress. So you can see there's lots of volume there, and it's really 3D, and this is much more gentle. It becomes quite Madame Grass. She used jersey, silk jersey, but I actually love it, so silk voile as well. It's got the same effect. And I just wanted to show you a few other options, because the silk voile is quite thin, so I just wanted to show you how different fabrics behave. And I think I'm going to use this on my sample, but I was looking at different fabrics I got at home. So this is a silk habit tie, so it's in between the taffeta and the chiffon, so it's slightly thicker, but it's got a really beautiful shine and fluid drape. So if you see it in comparison to the light pink chiffon, this red really has got a nice trace, and that's really nice for a short collar if you have a bit more volume. And that's a silk habit tie, and that's a small silk chiffon, so you can really see how it drapes around. And that's actually quite affordable, because some silk is so expensive. I think this was about £8 a metre. Got it from a shop in London. But yeah, it's got a lovely drape, and it feels really nice to wear. You know how some silk is too dry? It's got a nice coolness about it. But then I thought, for if you wanted to sort of update this dress, I know this color is a bit out there, but it's a really nice jersey. So I think it's like it's got a lot of elasticity. So I think it must be a jersey, maybe with spandex or something. I'm not that great on knitted fabrics, but it's something which is viscose, spandex. It's definitely not cotton or silk. But can you see how beautiful that drapes? And it's a really heavy fabric. It's one of those fabrics I make performance wear out as well, because it's just really heavy and it drapes. So if you made a dress out of that, it looked fantastic because it'd be really comfortable to wear, but it would just drape around your body and it has a heaviness. So this is more floaty. So it sort of floats around you, and if you move, it sort of moves with you and you'd be like a cloud of pink blossom. While this is more, it drapes around your body beautiful. It gives you a body. So these are the sort of 4 different options I thought might really work. Before I show you how to draft this shawl collar neck, we've also got a brand new free shawl collar class on our website. It's all how to draft a beautiful vintage Jackie Kennedy inspired shawl collar. Just sign up in the description below to our website. But now let's have a look at drafting the shawl collar drape neck. The first thing you need to do when drafting your shawl collar drape neck is to get your front and back bodice block. For the back block, you just need to copy basically the front shoulder and mark your gathering. So I leave it up to you. I'm going to show you how to actually put the gathers in. So what I've done is I've traced around my front bodice and I've marked my notches and my bust dart, and I've drawn in my dart, and I'm quickly gonna mark my center front, which is the straight of grain as well for now. So I'm gonna draw it in slightly lower down because lots of stuff is gonna happening further up. So, but as you remember the dress, it sort of, if that's your lovely lady, it goes down and then you got the sort of slightly dropped shoulder. And this is going to be really rushed little drawing, but it just helps you how to work out how it's all done. And she looks a lot wider than the fashion drawing from the 40s. But it's got all these gathers here basically, and it sort of really, it frames your face, which is beautiful. And then it goes down and it's got the lovely heart. So first thing I'm going to do is just extend my shoulder line a bit. And I'm actually going to make it slightly curved. But that's something that you just have to try out what works, because it's quite tricky because we all have different shoulders. So it's something you can sort of draft it here, but then you want to make a trial and see how it fits, because for some of you it might be far too big and some of you might be too tight and you want a really smooth curve, and you always need a 90-degree angle at your sleeve. But that's just to give it over a look where it's sort of slightly extended, that sort of hits a bit out of your shoulders. You might actually make it a bit smaller, it's up to you. But what I now want to do is basically move all the volume from both my bust dart and my waist dart into the neck. So what I'm quickly going to do is mark my waist darts as well, so I know which volume I want to get rid of. And I know I want to get it into an 8 centimeter gap at the front, at the top sleeve. So I'm going to mark 8 centimeter on here. And then I need to draw in my deep V-neck. So I need to start at a 90-degree angle, because that's a seam, so we want it nice and straight. And then I'm just going to curve it down to the center front. And what I would suggest is you need to try out where you want that point to hit, because you might want to have it higher up, because at the moment it's quite a low V-neck, and this is where I would then stitch it together. You could leave it open for like an evening dress, but I like a bit of more modesty. And then if you have it stitched up to here, and then you go over volume, it should actually be quite elegant and understated. So this is my new neckline. Now I need to put in cutting lines. So I need to convert my darts into that shawl collar volume at the top. So I'm gonna draw, first of all, just 2 lines into that 8 centimeter gap, just to see how, because I want to have roughly 3 times the volume, which is about 24 to 25 centimeters. So what I want to do first of all is close these 2, cut open here, and see how much volume it gives me. So I'm gonna cut into all of them and glue them shut and see what happens. So I've cut into all my lines, and now I'm going to put a different piece of paper underneath. Before I do it, just going to show you quickly, I'm going to close my darts and open up my neck to create that shawl collar-like neck. So I can glue, or I'm going to tape the darts shut. And if any of you make it in time for Valentine's, I'd love to see your versions. You just tag me on Instagram or leave a comment below. Let me think how you're getting on, or any questions. Anything unclear, let me know. So this is now the volume for my sort of drapey shawl collar neck style. So I just want to measure how much I already have, and I've got 20 centimeters. So if you wanted to, you could actually try that out and that'd be slightly more understated, but I want that really drapey, beautiful neck, especially if I'm making a chiffon. More is better, rather than, you don't want it to look sort of half-hearted. You want all that volume framing your neck. So I'm going to put another line in, which goes all the way down to the waist. And I'm just going to put it towards the neck. And I'm not going to open it too much, so it'll be fine. So I'm going to cut into there again. And once I've cut into it, I'm going to stick everything onto the new piece of paper. So I've cut that line apart, and then I've glued down my front bit. What I now need to do is arrange the rest of my pattern so this becomes 24 centimeters. So I'm actually going to use my curvy ruler because I can sort of control roughly how I want that line to look. So that's very practical for stuff like that. But you can also sort of, with your ruler, move it around roughly. And that is 24 centimeters like that. So I'm just quickly taping it down, just to make sure it doesn't move, and then I'm going to glue the rest down to finish off. So that's your shawl collar draped neck nearly finished. All you now need to draw in is a beautiful continuous line for draping and mark your pattern. And then you're ready for your first trowel. How exciting. So let's extend the lines straight first. But then I want to create a lovely curve, like a really smooth curve. Okay, so that's it. And then what's really important if you're working with gathers is to mark it. So I'm gonna put in the 2 lines, and then I'm gonna put arrows. And everybody has different marking techniques, but I quite like this because it tells me I need to gather from that line, and I'm gonna say gather to 8 centimeters. I know I've got the notches, but it's just good to have that measurement there to remind me. And this is my straight of grain, so all you now need to do is add this extension to your back, mark your 8 centimeters on your back, add seam allowance everywhere, and you're ready for your first trowel. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but whatever you do, enjoy your drafting.